Welcome aboard. My name is Wyatt Lane. I'm from the WorldCat factory in Tarboro, North Carolina. Today we're down in Morehead City and we are on 23 dual console. This boat was introduced in 2010 or 11 as the Carolina Cat. We've rebranded the boat as the WorldCat brand in 2016. We do more of these boats than we do any other model in the lineup. The reason for the success of the boat is pretty simple. It's a 23-foot boat, it's got an 8.5-foot beam, and it provides a ride and a comfort level that's really unmatched to any other 23 dual console or center console on the market. So to tell you this boat is a fantastic running boat, I can tell you there's no other 23-foot boat on the market that has the ability to run with the 23 dual console that we're on board today. What's really fun about that is a 23-foot boat also you want to use for a number of things. You want to use it with the family, you want to use it with friends, and you're not always going offshore. So this boat, and any catamaran for that matter, draws very little water. So it allows you to get in some of skinny water places that most guys would bump bottom or run aground. So to have the ability to get in shallow water as well as run in an offshore condition with the same boat truly gives you the best of both worlds. So with that little introduction on the boat, I want to take a minute to walk you through the boat, and we'll start in the front and work our way all the way to the back. Front of the 23 dual console, we've got an anchor locker, center line, standard pulpit on there. And then we use the Fusion stereo systems, 2 speakers in the back, additional 2 speakers underneath the hardtop. Fantastic upholstery, comfortable seating for a number of folks in the front of the boat. Backrest, very comfortable, hits you a nice spot right above the belt line there. We've done new upholstery in the last couple of years, so we've changed all of the dual console look to have one common look with the 2-tone gray and white. Drink holders across the front. This particular boat does have a bow table, so it gives you the ability to set a little cocktail table up here for folks that are lounging, picnicking, and a place to eat your lunch while you're enjoying a day at the beach. Underneath the seats up front, insulated boxes. These boxes drain overboard, so we don't utilize any kind of pumps to get the water overboard. They just go straight over without any kind of pump system there. Gas shocks come throughout all of our hatches on the boat itself as well. So you've got matching fish boxes or dry storage boxes on either side. One thing in a dual console in a catamaran configuration, you've got 2 holes that run the full length of the boat. That allows for a tremendous amount of room. So this particular boat has an 8.5-foot beam, and that beam is carried all the way forward. So again, one of the benefits of it is there's very few, if any, 23s that'll run with it in an offshore condition for a 23-foot boat, but there's also very few boats that have the room in the front of the boat, and that's a part of that catamaran design. Another part of that catamaran design in a dual console version, which is a huge benefit, is the storage space that's underneath the 2 consoles. So in theory, the dual console is a console to the starboard and a console to the port, and both of these are the deepest part of the boat. So unlike a traditional monohull where the boat itself has a V and then it's super shallow on port and starboard with very little room, these boats have a tremendous amount of storage, a tremendous amount of space underneath either side. Underneath the helm area, you've got a ton of storage space. We've got a freshwater tank under there. Right now we've got our safety gear underneath there. And then underneath the port side, we've got a full stand-up head. So I'd like if you could get just a clear shot of that, but I really don't think you can find a single 23 dual console on the market that has the headroom that you'd find in this boat. Freshwater head system, That head system itself utilizes fresh water and no raw water coming in the boat itself for that. Powder coated windshield. Powder coated windshield allows you to have a little protection when you're running, so you can close this whole thing off. And then there's a comfortable upholstered seating behind the port side, as well as behind the helm there for the captain running the boat. We've got a finished hard top with a powder coated metalwork supporting all of that. The top itself utilizes LED lights underneath there. The speakers are tooled in. There's access for your rigging if you want to install your electronics later. And then there's a fuse block under there as well. The powder coating work also, we've got the rod holders, your tulip rod holders integrated into the back bars as well. From the helm area itself, everything is clean, simple, well laid out. There's easy access to everything. All of our dual console helm seats have a bolstered seating, so you can run the boat from a standing position if you want to operate the boat standing up with a little better visibility if you are in that position, or you can turn the bolster down and have a comfortable seat as well as somebody riding with you. This particular boat has the standard helm seat to the starboard, as well as the standard helm seat to the port. There is an optional back-to-back seat that you could replace on the port side for additional seating. The layout's clean, simple, compass, centerline, place for your electronics package. The bulk of these are getting a Garmin 7610. You can get a 12-inch screen in there, but the bulk would be a nice little 10-inch display, your Yamaha gauge panel, your Fusion stereo, Bluetooth accessible, so you've got all your music playing throughout. And then for the helm area, there's a USB port, and then additional drink holders. On the port side, we've got additional drink holders as well. Flip down hatch underneath the helm to help with the rigging component, and plenty of access underneath there for maintenance as well as electronics installation. Again, dual console, console to starboard, console to port. The dual console market itself has been one of the strongest markets in the last number of years, and the Catamaran design lends itself to really providing one of the best dual consoles out there. That depth that's in a Catamaran hull carried from the bow to the stern, it provides more room than any other hull design, and it also allows the depth when you're underneath that head area. So there is a truly stand-up head in a 23-foot boat. Standing in the back of the boat, you see just how much room we've got in a 23-foot boat. A tremendous amount of cockpit space, tons of room for everybody to enjoy themselves, plenty of seating, standard seating across the back. There is storage underneath both transom jump seats there, additional storage boxes. Your battery switch is back here to the starboard side. LED cockpit lighting for the cockpit itself. Again, all your switches easily accessible up front. Standard in all of the 23 dual consoles is a live well. The live well itself is insulated, so you could utilize that for a cooler if you wanted to use it for a cooler. It's also plumbed if you want to use it for a live well. Raw water washdown, the faucet itself is off to the port side, and then your battery access and your batteries are underneath the two rear jump seats. Moving just back of the two aft jump seats, there's additional cup holders, stainless cup holders in the back, and then off to the port side, there's your freshwater wand, a nice shower for if you've been out enjoying yourself and you're climbing out, want to get that salt water right off of you. Standard on the 23s, pair of Yamaha 115s. 115s, without a doubt, completely bulletproof engines, extremely efficient. There's so many things to talk about with the Catamaran hull itself. You've got shallow draft. We mentioned it earlier, so this boat itself has the ability to run offshore. This boat has the ability to go in super shallow water where others just can't venture with a 23-foot boat. But then the other part of that catamaran design with these 115s is just pure fuel economy. This boat, I believe, is about a 85, 90 gallon fuel capacity, and you're able to have at least 3.5 miles to the gallon at a comfortable cruise. Wide open throttle is going to be in the low 40s, and you're going to be able to cruise comfortably in the mid 20s. Extremely efficient. Again, some of the other features with the Catamaran Hull design, which just make it so, it just seems so right, is the motors are spread apart. So you've got the ability to maneuver in and around tight spaces. Typically, a pair of outboards are only about 28.5 inches apart. Two outboards 28 inches apart give you very little maneuverability. But you spread those outboards out, and now you've got the ability to really put one in forward, one in reverse, and spin that boat in tight spots, and makes handling the boat very comfortable. One of the things that you find oftentimes is the most uncomfortable part of a day is the first 50 yards getting away from the dock, and that last 50 yards getting back to the dock. And with the catamaran and the outboards spread out like they are, it really makes maneuverability a breeze and handling the boat fun. One of the greatest things that we hear from our customer base is the ladder system on the catamaran. Every WorldCat that we build has this dive platform on the back, this fold down ladder. It fits in between the motors that are spread apart. It gives you the ability to drop the ladder itself, folds into the water, and then no matter what your physical stature is, you're able to really get in and out of the water with complete ease. So if you've got dive gear on or whatever you're doing, you're literally walking up a set of steps. It's not actually a ladder, it's more like a set of steps. And then you've got this comfortable handrail, so you're secure, you're able to come out of the water and walk back in, enjoy yourself. So we've gone through a little bit on the performance, we've gone through the feature benefits. Can't say enough about the 23, our most popular hull. This boat itself has created quite a following. There's a lot of super happy customers, and that's just based on all the features that we talked about, whether it's the performance, whether it's the ability to run in a little bit of a sea state, the ability to enjoy yourself in shallower waters, the fuel economy, the fuel efficiency, the quality, the fit, and the finish. Just a ton of features and benefits to enjoy. It makes the 23 dual console one of the greatest WorldCat products out there. Again, my name is Wyatt Lane. I thank you for taking time to go through the boat with me today, and any questions you may have, please look us up on the web at worldcat.com or reach out to one of our local dealers. Thank you.